Atria Books, New York, London, Toronto, Sydney. Atria Books, 1230 Avenue of the Americas, New York, NY 10020 20827 NW Cornell Road, Suite 500, Hillsboro, Oregon 97124 to 9808 503-531-8700 tel 503-531-8773 fax www.beyondword.com Copyright symbol 2006 by TS Production Limited. Liability Company. The Secret and The Secret logo are trademarks or registered trademarks owned by or licensed to TS Production Limited. Liability Company. www.thesecret.tv. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, copied, stored, or transmitted in any form or by any means, graphic, electronic, or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, or information storage and retrieval systems, without the prior written permission of Atria Books / Beyond Words Publishing, Inc., except where permitted by law. The information contained in this book is intended to be educational and not for diagnosis, prescription, or treatment of any health disorder whatsoever. This information should not replace consultation with a competent healthcare professional. The content of the book is intended to be used as an adjunct to a rational and responsible healthcare program prescribed by a healthcare practitioner. The author and publisher are in no way liable for any misuse of the material. Library of Congress Control Number 20069332431 SBN 13:978-1-58270-170-7 ISBN 10-1-58270-170-9 First Atria Books / Beyond Words Hardcover Edition November 2006 10 Atria Books is a trademark of Simon & Schuster, Incorporated. Beyond Words Publishing is a division of Simon & Schuster, Incorporated, manufactured in the United States of America. Book design, Cuza Media P/L, Australia, www.goza.com.au. For more information about special discounts for bulk purchases, please contact Seifel Ion and Schuster Special Sales at 1-800-456-6798 or business@simonandschuster.com. The corporate mission of Beyond Words Publishing, Inc., Inspire to Integrity. The Emerald Tablet, circa 3000 BC, dedicated to you. May the secret bring you love and joy for your entire existence. That is my intention for you, and for the world. Foreword 9 Acknowledgements 13 The Secret Revealed 1 The Secret Made Simple 27 How to Use the Secret 45 Powerful Processes 71 The Secret to Money 95 The Secret to Relationships 113 The Secret to Health 125 The Secret to the World 141 The Secret to You 155 The Secret to Life 177 Biographies 185 A year ago, my life had collapsed around me. I'd worked myself into exhaustion, my father died suddenly, and my relationships with my work colleagues and loved ones were in turmoil. Little did I know at the time, out of my greatest despair was to come the greatest gift. I'd been given a glimpse of a great secret, the secret to life. The glimpse came in a 100-year-old book, given to me by my daughter Haley. I began tracing the secret back through history. I couldn't believe all the people who knew this. They were the greatest people in history: Plato, Shakespeare, Newton, Hugo, Beethoven, Lincoln, Emerson, Edison, Einstein. Incredulous, I asked, why doesn't everyone know this? A burning desire to share the secret with the world consumed me, and I began searching for people alive today who knew the secret. One by one they began to emerge. I became a magnet, as I began to search, one great living master after another was drawn to me. 9x forward when I discovered one teacher, that one would link to the next, in a perfect chain. If I was on the wrong track, something else would catch my attention, and through the diversion the next great teacher would appear. If I accidentally pressed the wrong link on an internet search, I would be led to a vital piece of information. In a few short weeks I had traced the secret back through the centuries, and I had discovered the modern-day practitioners of the secret. The vision of taking the secret to the world in a film had become fixed in my mind, and over the following 2 months my film and television production team learned the secret. It was imperative that every team member knew it, because without its knowledge, what we were about to attempt would be impossible. We did not have a single teacher secured to film, but we knew the secret. And so with utter faith I flew from Australia to the United States where the majority of the teachers were based. 7 weeks later the secret team had filmed 55 of the greatest teachers across the United States, with over 120 hours of film. With every step, with every breath, we used the secret to create the secret. We literally magnetized everything and everyone to us. 8 months later the secret was released. As the film swept the world, stories of miracles began to flood in. People wrote about healing from chronic pain, depression, and disease, walking for the first time after an accident, even recovering from a deathbed. We have received thousands of accounts of the secret being used to bring about large sums of money and unexpected forward 11 checks in the mail. People have used the secret to manifest their perfect homes, life partners, cars, jobs, and promotions, with many accounts of businesses being transformed within days of applying the secret. There have been heartwarming stories of stressed relationships involving children being restored to harmony. Some of the most magnificent stories we have received have come from children using the secret to attract what they want, including high grades and friends. The secret has inspired doctors to share the knowledge with their patients, universities and schools with their students, health clubs with their clients, churches of all denominations and spiritual centers with their congregations. There are secret parties being held in homes around the world, as people share the knowledge with loved ones and families. The secret has been used to attract all manner of things, from a specific feather to $10 million. All of this has taken place in the few months since the release of the film. My intention in creating the secret was, and still is, that it will bring joy to billions around the world. The secret team is experiencing the realization of that intention every day, as we receive thousands upon thousands of letters from people across the world, of all ages, all races / and all nationalities, expressing gratitude for the joy of the secret. There isn't a single thing that you cannot do with this knowledge. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are, the secret can give you whatever you want. 24 amazing teachers are featured in this book. Their words were filmed all over the United States, all at different times. 12 forward yet they speak as one voice. This book contains the secret teacher's words, and it also contains miraculous stories of the secret in action. I have shared all of the easy paths, tips, and shortcuts that I have learned so that you can live the life of your dreams. You will notice throughout the book that in certain places I have capitalized the word you. The reason I did this is because I want you, the reader, to feel and know that I created this book for you. I am speaking to you personally when I say you. My intention is for you to feel a personal connection with these pages, because the secret has been created for you. As you travel through its pages and you learn the secret, you will come to know how you can have, be, or do anything you want. You will come to know who you really are. You will come to know the true magnificence that awaits you. With the deepest gratitude, I wish to thank every person who has come into my life and inspired, touched, and illuminated me through their presence. I would also like to acknowledge and express my gratitude to the following people for their magnificent support and contributions to my journey and to the creation of this book, for generously sharing their wisdom, love, and divinity. I pay homage to the featured co-authors of The Secret, John Asserath, Michael Bernard Beckwith, Lee Brower, Jack Camfield, Dr. John DeMartini, Marie Diamond, Mike Dooley, Bob Doyle, Hale Dwoskin, Morris Goodman, Dr. John Gray, Dr. John Hagelin, Bill Harris, Dr. Ben Johnson, Laurel Langmeyer, Lisa Nichols, Bob Proctor, James Ray, David Sciarma, Marcy Shimoff, Dr. Joe Vital, Dr. Dennis Waitley, Neil Donald Walsk, and Dr. Fred Allen Wolfe. The magnificent human beings that make up the Secret production team: Paul Harrington, Glenda Bell, Sky Byrne, and Nic George. 1314 acknowledgements also to Drew Harriet, Daniel Kerr, Damian Corboy, and to all who journeyed with us in the creation of the film The Secret. Goza Media, for the creation of the superb graphics and for impregnating them with the feeling of The Secret, James Armstrong, Shamus Hoare, and Andy Lewis. The CEO of The Secret, Bob Raynan, who was delivered to us from heaven. Michael Gardner and the legal and advisory team across Australia and the United States. The Secret website team, Dan Hollings, John Horan, and all at Powerful Intentions who manage and run the Secret Forum, along with the wonderful people on the forum. The great avatars and master teachers from the past, whose writings lit a burning fire of desire within me. I have walked in the shadows of their greatness, and I honor every one of them. Special thanks to Robert Collier and Robert Collier Publications, Wallace Wattles, Charles Harnell, Joseph Campbell and the Joseph Campbell Foundation, Prentice Mulford, Genevieve Burand, and Charles Fillmore. To Richard Conn and Cynthia Black of Atria Books /Beyond Words, and Judith Carr of Simon and Schuster, for opening their hearts and embracing The Secret. For their editing, Henry Covey and Julie Steigerwalt. Acknowledgements 15 for their generosity in sharing their stories: Kathy Goodman, Susan Sloat and Colin Halm, Susan Morris, Director of Belize Natural Energy, Jeannie Mackay, and Joe Sugarman. For their inspirational teachings, Dr. Robert Anthony, Jerry and Esther Hicks and the Teachings of Abraham, David Cameron Jacandi, John Haricharan, Catherine Ponder, Gay and Katie Hendricks, Stephen Mr. Covey, Eckhart Tolle, and Debbie Ford. For their generous support, Chris and Janet Atwood, Marsha Martin, members of the Transformational Leaders Council, the Spiritual Cinema Circle, the staff at Agape Spiritual Center, and the assistants and staff of all the teachers featured in The Secret. My precious friends for their love and support: Marcy Colchun-Crilly, Margaret Raynan, Athena Galianes and John Walker, Elaine Bate, Andrea Kier, and Michael and Kendra Arbari. And my amazing family: Peter Byrne, my very special sisters, Jan Child for her invaluable help with this book, Pauline Vernon, Kaysen, deceased, and Glenda Bell, who is always by my side and whose love and support knows no limits. My courageous and beautiful mother, Irene Isen, and in memory of my father, Ronald Isen, whose light and love continue to shine through our lives. And finally to my daughters, Haley and Sky Byrne. To Haley, who was responsible for the beginning of my life and its true journey, and to Sky, who followed my footsteps in the creation of this book, and who brilliantly edited and transformed my words. My daughters are the precious jewels of my life, and they illuminate every breath I take through their very existence. Bob Proctor, philosopher, author, and personal coach. The Secret gives you anything you want: happiness, health, and wealth. Dr. Joe Vital, metaphysician, marketing specialist, and author. You can have, do, or be anything you want. John Assaraf, entrepreneur and money-making expert. We can have whatever it is that we choose. 1. Don't care how big it is. 4. The secret. What kind of a house do you want to live in? Do you want to be a millionaire? What kind of a business do you want to have? Do you want more success? What do you really want? Dr. John DeMartini, philosopher, chiropractor, healer, and personal transformation specialist. This is the great secret of life. Dr. Dennis Waitley, psychologist and trainer in the field of mind potential. The leaders in the past who had the secret wanted to keep the power and not share the power. They kept people ignorant of the secret. People went to work, they did their job, they came home. They were on a treadmill with no power, because the secret was kept in the few. Throughout history there have been many who coveted the knowledge of the secret, and there have been many who found a way of spreading this knowledge to the world. Michael Bernard Beckwith, visionary and founder of Agape International Spiritual Center. I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. The secret revealed financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing of relationships. Jack Canfield, author, teacher, life coach, and motivational speaker. All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret. Bob Proctor, you've probably been sitting there wondering, what is the secret? I'll tell you how I've come to understand it. We all work with one infinite power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same laws. The natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Wherever you are, India, Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm, London, Toronto, Montreal, or New York, we're all working with one power. One law. It's attraction. 3. 4. The secret. The secret is the law of attraction. Everything that's coming into your life you are attracting into your life. And it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking. Whatever is going on in your mind you are attracting to you. Every thought of yours is a real thing, a force. The greatest teachers who have ever lived have told us that the law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. Poets such as William Shakespeare, Robert Browning, and William Blake delivered it in their poetry. Musicians such as Ludwig van Beethoven expressed it through their music. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci depicted it in their paintings. Great thinkers including Socrates, Plato, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Pythagoras, Sir Francis Bacon, Sir Isaac Newton, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and Victor Hugo shared it in their writings and teachings. Their names have been immortalized, and their legendary existence has survived centuries. Religions, such as Hinduism, Hermetic traditions, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and civilizations, such as the ancient Babylonians and Egyptians, delivered it through their writings and stories. Recorded throughout the ages in all its forms, the secret revealed law can be found in ancient writings through all the centuries. It was recorded in stone in 3000 BC. Even though some coveted this knowledge, and indeed they did, it has always been there for anyone to discover. The law began at the beginning of time. It has always been and will always be. It is the law that determines the complete order in the universe, every moment of your life, and every single thing you experience in your life. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are, the law of attraction is forming your entire life experience, and this all-powerful law is doing that through your thoughts. You are the one who calls the law of attraction into action, and you do it through your thoughts. In 1912, Charles Harnell described the law of attraction as the greatest and the most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends. Bob Proctor: wise people have always known this. You can go right back to the ancient Babylonians. They've always known this. It's a small select group of people. The ancient Babylonians and their great prosperity have been well documented by scholars. They are also known for creating one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Hanging Gardens 5-6, the secret of Babylon. Through their understanding and application of the laws of the universe, they became one of the wealthiest races in history. Bob Proctor: why do you think that 1% of the population earns around 96% of all the money that's being earned? Do you think that's an accident? It's designed that way. They understand something. They understand the secret, and now you are being introduced to the secret. People who have drawn wealth into their lives used the secret, whether consciously or unconsciously. They think thoughts of abundance and wealth, and they do not allow any contradictory thoughts to take root in their minds. Their predominant thoughts are of wealth. They only know wealth, and nothing else exists in their minds. Whether they are aware of it or not, their predominant thoughts of wealth are what brought wealth to them. It is the law of attraction in action. A perfect example to demonstrate the secret and the law of attraction in action is this: you may know of people who acquired massive wealth, lost it all, and within a short time acquired massive wealth again. What happened in these cases, whether they knew it or not, is that their dominant thoughts were on wealth. That is how they acquired it in the first instance. Then they allowed fearful thoughts of losing the wealth to enter their minds, until those fearful thoughts of loss became their dominant thoughts. They tipped the scales from thinking thoughts of wealth to thinking the secret revealed thoughts of loss, and so they lost it all. Once they had lost it, however, the fear of loss disappeared, and they tipped the scales back with dominant thoughts of wealth. And wealth returned. The law responds to your thoughts, no matter what they may be. John Assaraf: the simplest way for me to look at the law of attraction is if I think of myself as a magnet, and I know that a magnet will attract to it. You are the most powerful magnet in the universe. You contain a magnetic power within you that is more powerful than anything in this world, and this unfathomable magnetic power is emitted through your thoughts. Bob Doyle, author and law of attraction specialist. Basically put, the law of attraction says that like attracts like. But we're really talking at a level of thought. The law of attraction says like attracts like, and so as you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Here are more 8 the secret examples you may have experienced of the law of attraction in your life. Have you ever started to think about something you were not happy about, and the more you thought about it the worse it seemed? That's because as you think one sustained thought, the law of attraction immediately brings more like thoughts to you. In a matter of minutes, you have gotten so many like unhappy thoughts coming to you that the situation seems to be getting worse. The more you think about it, the more upset you get. You may have experienced attracting like thoughts when you listened to a song, and then found that you couldn't get that song out of your head. The song just kept playing over and over in your mind. When you listened to that song, even though you may not have realized it, you gave your full attention and focus of thought to it. As you did that, you were powerfully attracting more like thoughts of that song, and so the law of attraction moved into action and delivered more thoughts of that song, over and over again. John Assaraf: our job as humans is to hold on to the thoughts of what we want, make it absolutely clear in our minds what we want, and from that we start to invoke one of the greatest laws in the universe, and that's the law of attraction. You become what you think about most, but you also attract what you think about most. The secret revealed: your life right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. That includes all the great things, and all the things you consider not so great. Since you attract to you what you think about most, it is easy to see what your dominant thoughts have been on every subject of your life, because that is what you have experienced. Until now. Now you are learning the secret, and with this knowledge, you can change everything. Bob Proctor: if you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. If you can think about what you want in your mind, and make that your dominant thought, you will bring it into your life. Mike Dooley, author and international speaker, and that principle can be summed up in 3 simple words. Thoughts become things. Through this most powerful law, your thoughts become the things in your life. Your thoughts become things. Say this over to yourself and let it seep into your consciousness and your awareness. Your thoughts become things. John Assaraf: what most people don't understand is that a thought has a frequency. We can measure a thought. And so if you're 9. And so if you're 9. And so if you're 9. And so if